Hello everybody, welcome to HD Piano. My name is Dion. Today we're learning how to play Done For Me by Charlie Puth featuring Kehlani. This is part 1. We'll learn the introduction to this song. The introduction sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. A nice short part for us to learn today. Now, we're going to start off with our left hand. The left hand is our simplest part of this song, so we'll get that out of the way first. We're going to start with our left hand on B. And we're on B about 1 octave below middle C. Middle C is right about here. So we're 1 octave below that. So we're going to start on B. Then we're going to shift down to G sharp. Continue down to G natural, up to C sharp, and then down to F sharp. Once more we had B, then G sharp, then G natural, then C sharp, and F sharp. So quite simple there, only one note in that left hand at a time. You may have noticed that my hand is actually quite high up the keys when I'm playing that series of notes. That's because even though I do play a few white keys in the middle, predominantly I'm playing black notes. So I want to keep my hand in a position to be able to play all of those notes nice and easily. There's no point in us starting here when we're playing white keys and having to reach for our black notes. So make sure your hand's in a position where you can cover all of those notes nice and easily. Our right hand is going to be playing some really interesting chords over the top of those left hand bass notes. We're going to start with our first chord in our right hand is a B minor 7th. Now, because our left hand is playing a B, we don't actually have to play a B in our right hand for this chord to be a B minor 7th. So our 3 notes in our right hand, we have A, D, and F sharp. Now, if you're a seasoned piano player, you'll probably know that that chord by itself is a D major. But we're adding a B to our left hand, and that turns it into a B minor 7th. So our first chord, B minor 7th, or you can think of it as a D major on top of B. We're using our 1st, 3rd, and 5th fingers for those 3 notes at the moment in our right hand. Our next chord is a G sharp half diminished 7th. Very fancy sounding chord name. It's also known as a G sharp minor 7 with a flat 5th. All it means is we have a G sharp, a B, a D, and an F sharp. So it's a 4-note chord. So we're stretching our thumb down to G sharp, 2nd finger on B, 3rd finger on D, 5th finger stays on F sharp. And we have our G sharp in our left hand. So those first 2 chords again, B minor 7th, then our G sharp half diminished 7th. As our left hand moves down to our G natural, our right hand is only going to make one adjustment. We're going to move off our G sharp onto an A. So we've shifted from G sharp, just with that thumb, over to A. Only one change of that chord, and our G natural in our left hand turns this into a G major 9th chord. Basically, it's a G major 7th, which would be this series of notes, and then our 9th note of our scale, which is our A, we're putting in down the bottom of our inversion. It's a really beautiful chord. So those 3 chords, B minor 7th, G sharp half diminished 7th, G major 9th, just by moving our thumb from G sharp to A in our right hand. Our 4th chord, when our left hand moves to our C sharp, our right hand, we're going to keep our 2nd finger on B. Our 4th finger, which hasn't been used yet, should be resting around about E. We're going to bring that into action. And our 5th finger again on F sharp. As we add our left hand C sharp, it turns this into a C sharp minor 7th with an added 4th in the chord, which is our F sharp at the top. I told you these were some really interesting chords. I would never lie to you. So, this is our C sharp minor 7th with our added 4th. It's a little bit of an odd hand position, but this is also that we can access all of our chords really easily. Now our final chord is an F sharp augmented. Another new chord for you. So our left hand moves down to F sharp, right hand, thumb on A sharp, third finger still on D, and fifth finger still on F sharp. So this chord's a bit of like a spy chord. You can imagine in a James Bond movie. It's very mysterious sounding. Those last two chords again. C sharp minor 7th with our added 4th, and then our F sharp augmented. So let's have a look at all those 5 chords again. B minor 7th, G sharp half diminished 7th, G major 9th, C sharp minor 7th with an added 4th, and our F sharp augmented. So a really cool bunch of chords. I'm going to show you the rhythm now to play those and get that nice funky feeling that we're hearing kind of throughout the whole song. Now this song is called Done For Me, and it's about, you know, someone complaining that someone hasn't done enough for them in return of all the things that you've done for them. Now, we're a bit better than being so petty ourselves, aren't we? So I want to know in the comments, what's the nicest thing that someone has done for you? It doesn't have to be in exchange for anything. Maybe they were just particularly generous. Tell me about an act of kindness that you received. Say thanks to someone. So our rhythm over this intro, we are kicking off each chord, apart from our first chord, just before the next bar. So our first 3 chord changes come in on our 4 and count as we're counting through our 8th notes inside each bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So as we're changing chords, we're changing on the 4 and, which is just a little bit before our beat 1. I'll show you what that sounds like. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you get a sense there of how they're sort of a little bit what they call anticipated, just before the bar line. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now our F sharp augmented in our 4th bar comes in on beat 2 and. So we've come from our C sharp minor 7th on our 4 and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that last bar is the only bar that kind of has 2 chords belonging to it. Let's go through once more, and this time we're going to repeat it twice, because this intro, 4 bars, does repeat twice, for 8 bars total. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Excellent work. So this is our intro. Now these chords do carry throughout the song, but as always, we're going to be breaking up the song into a few parts. So join me at HDpiano.com for the rest of the parts, including our verse and our chorus, and the melody version of the song. My name is Dion. While you're online, make sure you find us on all social media at HDpiano. Leave your song requests at our requests.hdpiano.com site. And I'll see you again here very soon for your next lesson. Bye for now.